All righty. Good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for joining our live streaming webinar. We are so excited to talk to you guys today about the Riviera Maya, and we know how busy you are. And so I just want to say thank you for carving out time out of your busy day to tune in and hear about everything that the Riviera Maya has to offer. And a couple of housekeeping rules before we actually get started. Number one, please check your audio, make sure that you're turned off and muted, and so that way you can hear the speakers. And we will have an opportunity towards the end to ask your questions and your comments. For now, we just want you to focus on the presentation itself. And number two, and most important one, is this is a very positive platform and we present very positive information. And so, therefore, we expect our audience to be very, very positive. And again, we will have time towards the end for questions. But for now, I just want to say if you're wanting to learn about global real estate, this is your channel. If you are looking for your new source of income and you're a real estate agent, then this is your channel and you're in the right place. And if you are simply wanting to learn about global, or you are wanting to learn what it takes to buy a vacation home, then you are exactly in the right place. So let's get started. In the next hour, we are going to be exploring the Riviera Maya. Now, I think I want to make it clear that the Riviera Maya is not just one spot, it's actually a region. And we touch on points from Cancun to Puerto Morelos to Playa del Carmen to Tulum to Mahahual, and all of that region is what we know as the Riviera Maya. So we just want to make that clear, and we are going to show you some very stunning views and some oceanfront properties, and we're excited. And as a matter of fact, we have here our very exclusive and strategic partners, iMexico. We have Laura Guillen, who's going to be presenting on their behalf. And Laura is a very kind and wonderful professional that works for iMexico. And she will be talking about our different developments in the region. And then also, too, we will be touching on how this purchase options are possible. How do we make it a reality? So we're talking about a few. We're going to be talking about the different financing options and the ways that you can purchase, which we already know is three ways that you can purchase. Number one, you can purchase with an international loan. Number two, you can purchase directly from the developer and finance through them. And number three, cash. We love our cash. So, with that said, that's what we're going to be covering in the next hour. Now, my name is Denisse Macias, and I am a global realtor. I have been in this industry for over 15 years. I've been in international business for the last 15 years of my professional career, and I have dedicated my craft to learning the import and export of products and services. In the service sector, I do focus on foreign investment. And there are two prongs to foreign investment: is the outbound outside of the United States and the inbound for anybody looking to repatriate back into the United States. And I'm located in the state of Idaho. If anybody's familiar with Idaho, it's quite beautiful. Right now, we're still a little bit cold, but our summer's coming, and my favorite season is the fall. And if you follow me or if you don't follow me, these are all the networks in which you can find me. I am a member of FIOPSI. I'm a member of the Boise Regional Realtors. I'm a graduate from Thunderbird School of Global Business Management and also alumni for Boise State University. And of course, I'm very proud to be a CIPS. And with that said, I also want to introduce my collaborator and co-host, Mr. Spencer, who is in Asia. He will not be able to make it today, but I will be presenting the material, and I'm excited to talk about all the things that the Riviera has to offer. And again, before we get started, I just want to say very quickly, for any of you that are interested in visiting the Riviera Maya, understanding a little bit more about what it has to offer, Spencer and I do co-host together a trip to the Riviera, and it happens every October on the dial. We go for 1 week. 1 week before the end of October is when we go. We invite our colleagues, we invite our clients, and we invite people to come along and explore the Riviera for 1 week. And we get a chance to view developments starting from 130,000 all the way to $1 million marker, depending on what our clients are looking for. We do incorporate some really, really fun activities. And what you're looking at right now in these pictures are just past participants that have come along and just really enjoyed it and just had a wonderful opportunity to see more of the region and also do it with a guided as a guided mission. So with that said, I am so happy to introduce Laura Guillen, who is going to kick off our meeting with talking about the Riviera, and we're going to get started on the different developments. So, Laura, take it away.
Hi, Denise. Thank you. All right. So, yeah, I will.
Uh oh, I think you're muted. Is she frozen for you too, Howard?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Despite the fact that summer is coming, she's still frozen.
Thank you. That's okay. She'll be right in. For some reason, she just kind of went away for a minute. I think she was going to start the summary with why invest into the Riviera Maya. And while she comes back into the Zoom session, I actually started traveling into the Riviera Maya about 10 years ago, is when I first started exploring. I did a solo trip to Tulum, Mexico, and had a wonderful opportunity to visit the Mayan ruins, had a chance to visit the cenotes, had a chance to just really disconnect from, just the regular matrix. And I found myself in paradise. And I stayed out there for a whole month and I loved every bit of it. I actually stayed in a small little cabin that had, no, it didn't even have a fridge and it didn't have a lock. But I had a wonderful time and it gave me an opportunity to not be on my phone all the time. I didn't have Wi-Fi. So what I would do is I would go down to Pancho Villa, which is the restaurant that was nearby, and that's where I would kind of log in and talk to my family and say hello. But for the most part, honestly, Howard, I fell in love with it because I would wake up, I would go swim in the ocean for the first hour, come back. There was a little coconut stand that was right outside my cabin. And so I'd have a coconut and that's what I'd have for breakfast. And then I'd take a little nap on the hamaca that they had outside of my little cabin and then just pretty much shoot the breeze. I would go to at that time when I was still going, the Mayan temple was very much open, where you could walk up almost to where the ruins were. And they have this huge manglar tree. They call it Árbol de Manglar, and they're actually protected. And so what I would do is I would sit underneath that tree and just have long conversations with myself and just write a lot of poetry and then I would go back home because I was just a mile away and I would walk back home. I'd buy myself some ice cream and I'd walk all along the coast until the sun would set and then I would come back and I did that every single day. And I'll tell you what, I found more answers about this world than I thought I could find. It just gave me an opportunity to really see. And that's where I sparked the conversation. I said, wait, what would it take for me to want to be out here more? And I said, well, what if I work out here? What if I decide to sell, out here? I'm already selling internationally. And so I made, the sound decision to do it more and more. And so here we are. It's been 10 years since then. Many visits down to Tulum, many visits to getting to know the territory. Now, I think, when I first started, people would ask me, so Denise, where would you want to live? And to be honest with you, Howard, like everything kind of meshed together. And I was like, but it's also beautiful. And now that I'm more familiar with the place and I've been there plenty of times, I know the regions well. I know what sells where, what are the best places. And I think that was the reason why we said we needed to make this webinar. We said we want our agents to be familiar with these regions. And more than anything, when you get a new client, I mean, you're global. and your client's asking you, True, that they want to retire and they want a silent abode, you're not necessarily signing them up to be, in Macondo, downtown Playa del Carmen, when there's a lot of boom boom happening. Yeah. So,
That's likely the case. I've had the occasion to visit Tulum too. It's been a number of years, but actually, I spent on that particular visit more time over a ways over in Cozumel.
oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Good.
I was quite enthralled by Cozumel. I thought that it was just a lovely, lovely place.
Yeah, it really is. It's a gorgeous place. And I think that, from traveling around the world and just seeing different, just seeing different beaches, I know that the Riviera is definitely the crown jewel of Mexico. The water, the sand, is just so different. And it's not to say that other oceans aren't beautiful, but there's just something that I love to swim where I can see the bottom.
Yeah. Well, and Cozumel the same.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just it. So from Puerto Morelos, which is one of the up and coming, places there in the Riviera, is actually where you take the ferry to go out, to Cozumel.
Hmm.
Yeah. When was the last time you were out there?
Oh, it's been a good number of years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I'm talking about years ago. I went on an archaeological, a 3 week archaeological tour of Mexico,
Oh no
which
way.
was absolutely fascinating. Yeah, started in Mexico City and made our way down through the various states and visited many of the antiquities and, of course, some better known than others. And just, as I say, a very enlightening and fascinating time. I think, unfortunately, when it comes to Mexico and a perception of Mexico as a country,
Mhm.
that there are a lot of misconceptions and concerns that people have to overcome in order to truly appreciate it. So I'm particularly glad that you, amongst others, are conducting these more educational sessions as to highlight the beauty.
Absolutely. Howard, right before Laura gets started, I do want to say that a big incentive, as you pinpoint, for doing these webinars is because we have to change the narrative. Mexico is a place in which I grew up and had a beautiful childhood. I cannot tell you how beautiful it was because it was amazing. And I want people to get to know the true Mexico. I don't want people to know the Mexico that they get to see on Fox News. Those are new. I want people to see what the beauty of it is. And I
Yeah,
want more of my agents to sell these territories because they have incredible ROIs. And not only that, but have an opportunity to visit more than a few times, not just on vacations, but to consider as a place to live.
yeah.
So
Where did you grow up?
I actually grew up in the state of Durango.
Oh,
Durango.
Durango.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, yeah. It's more north, and the funny thing is that when I was growing up in Mexico, my daddy, he's a doctor, and so he worked in two different hospitals, and he never really had time to take us, on long vacations because he was always working. And I love that about him. We even had a clinic in the back of our home where he would do a lot of community service, and I admired that about him. But I always wanted to know more about Mexico. So when I went to college and I studied international business, I said, now is my chance to do it. And ever since then, I've been exploring the entire Republic and I've been getting to know more places. I've gotten, I've worked through the belly of Mexico. I've worked through all Zacatecas, Guanajuato, Guadalajara, Monterrey, Mexico. And then when I found myself being in the Riviera, I said, I'm home. This is it.
That's great. No, I have family in La Ciudad de Mexico. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
in Polanco. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Very prestigious. Well, Laura, you're back on, girl.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sorry, the
that's
electricity went out in the office. It was a few seconds, but that's why I
okay.
disconnected. Sorry about that. All
Well,
right.
bienvenida.
Gracias. So it will be a quick introduction about the area so you guys can, get to know more a little bit about the area. So here's the map. This is the location. We are in the south of Mexico. We are next to the Caribbean Ocean. So as you can see in the map, we are super close to Florida, Cuba, Dominican Republic, not so far from Puerto Rico. And out of the 32 states that we have in Mexico, Quintana Roo, so this is where we are located, where we have these amazing projects. Quintana Roo is the newest state in Mexico. So it's been about 55 years since, we've been here it's been so short time, so 55 years, and we are the only state that we have 4 international airports. We are the only state, and we have a lot of connectivity from different parts of the world. And actually, we are located in the Riviera Maya. So what we call Riviera Maya is all the way from Cancun to Tulum. So it's about 120 kilometers, and is Cancun, Puerto Morelos, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. This is what we call Riviera Maya. And yeah, we even though, like I said, we are the youngest state in Mexico, we are the most important one in terms of tourism. Even though we put together Cabo, Mexico City, Puerto Vallarta, all these amazing destinations where we have a lot of tourism, they don't compare, even though we put them together, they don't compare with the amount of visitors that we receive each year here in Riviera Maya. Only last year, we received 20 million visitors only in these 3 cities in Riviera Maya. So it's great. And if we talk about internationally, we are actually in a very good place. We are on the number 5th internationally. As we know, of course, Italy, France, Spain, they're very popular destinations. The US, because there's a lot of like parks and natural parks, of course. And we're on the number 5, which is great. And we have a lot of visitors. And I remember back just after the pandemic, we were the number 2. We were the number 2. I believe Dubai was the number 1. And we were the number 2 because we never closed the borders. And yeah, like I was saying, we had a lot of tourism last year, like more than 21 million, and 6.3 million they arrive in a cruise ship. So the most important destinations where you can arrive by the sea is Cozumel, Isla Mujeres, and Mahahual. And we actually have projects there. And of course, we have a lot of like tourism arriving, and most of them, they were arriving as on vacation. And why Riviera Maya? Because of course we have a lot of natural beauty. We have a lot of diverse, options to do. We have the ruins, we have pyramids, we have great food. We are 30 degrees all year long, so it's always hot and nice. And we also are next to the second largest reef in the world, so after Australia, and it actually goes through Central America, so it goes to Belize, and then Mahahual, Cozumel, Puerto Morelos, Cancun. And there's a lot of tourism that the reason they come is just to go and dive on around the reef. And here we have some statistics that Tulum and Cancun, they were ranked among the world's top 10 most popular destinations. As we know, these 2 destinations are the most important. Cancun, because we have a lot of hotels, and Cancun is the oldest city here with 55 years. And Tulum is a new destination that has been probably 15 years since it started developing. And it's very trendy right now. It's very popular. We already have an international airport there, and everyone wants to be there. And so yes, here are some other news. So yeah, Mexico is on the top 25 of the most attractive destinations. And the best places to invest in real estate. We have a lot of international investors. And yeah, I mean, We also are on the top 20 of the most popular home buying destinations for Canadians. I think we are on the top number one right now due to some political issues in Canada and the US. Now they are choosing to be in Mexico. And a lot of people that they are retiring from the US and Canada, they choose, I can give an example, Puerto Morelos and Playa del Carmen to be their home. So yeah, we have a lot of people that they want to be here, they want to be in the warm weather. And yeah, in terms of appreciation, just to give you an example, Cancun and Solidaridad is Playa del Carmen. We have this number that is 13.6. So it means when the project is finished, you can expect at least to have 13.6% in appreciation every year on your property. And in terms of pre-sale real estate, so there's an appreciation of over 24. So if you buy in an early pre-sale, and it can be a pre-sale for 24 months, you can expect at least to have 35% on appreciation. So it means that at the moment you get the condo, the value will be at least 35% more. But there were some cases with some clients that they have 45%, 60%. And I'm an investor myself, and I had almost 50% more on appreciation. And the average ROA generated by vacation rental is at least 8%. Because again, we have some cases that, when they get the condo delivered, they start renting, and it can be short-term or long-term rental. They usually get between 10 and 13%, but this is a very conservative number that we give to the clients, so it's 8% at least. So it means 8% of the price that you pay for this property. This is already minus all the expenses, so net benefit. And yeah, some other news. For example, there's another destination in the south that we also have projects there. In Mahawal, where right now there's a big project going on. They are developing. So the company Royal Caribbean is investing about 600 million USD. Right now they are building a big water park that will be next to the water, and this, of course, will bring more and more tourism. And there's a lot of new the government is investing billions in the infrastructure. As you know, right now, the Mayan train is already working here in Riviera Maya. So we can take the train if we like to go to Tulum. We want to go to see the pyramids. We want to go to Merida. So we can easily take the train, and it's very affordable. The train is actually going through the jungle, which is very amazing. And the Tulum International Airport that we recently opened up almost 2 years ago, and the Jaguar Park, that this is a big natural park that is 3 times bigger than Central Park in New York, and is next to the water, and it's very, very beautiful. So yeah, there's a lot of investment in the area, because as I was telling you, there's a lot of people coming here, a lot of people that they want to relocate to be here. And yeah, this is a question that a lot of people ask, like if it's Mexico safe. Of course, there's thing that happens, but usually when this thing happens is because people are buying drugs, they're selling drugs, and that's in all over the world. But usually I've been here for 9 years, and I feel like super, super safe, and I don't hear like a lot of bad things happening. But of course, there's things that happens, once in a while. And here's some statistics about that. We are not too bad in terms of, the murders and things like that. And yeah, this is all for the introduction. So Denise, should I go and ahead and start presenting the project, or there's something that you?
Yep, I think we can jump into the project. I think you did a great job at,
Okay.
in with the introduction with the Riviera and why purchase. So let's get started on the project for sure. I want Howard to have plenty of time to have eyes on this beautiful development.
Okay, great. So today, every webinar will have different projects and different destinations. So today we choose Cancun. Cancun is the oldest destination here in Riviera Maya, and it's super beautiful compared to Cancun beaches. It's like very, very nice. And we have this project that we actually started the sale a couple of years ago, and then now the project is completed. So right now we have a few units left. We have 5 units left. This is a very boutique project. It's only a total of 30 units, and like I said, we have 5 left. This is a ready-to-move-in project. We are in Puerto Cancun, so Puerto Cancun is located by next to the water. We are next to the marina in Puerto Cancun, and we are actually right next to the hotel zone. So we are in a very, very good area. And this is a project for someone that is looking for to have a great lifestyle, to probably live in the project, to use it as a vacation home. It can also be an investment property, because this is the only project in the complex of Puerto Cancun where we are allowed to rent, to do Airbnb and short-term rental. The other projects are not allowed. So we are the only projects. There are some rules, but we can go ahead and rent it out in short term or long term. And we are in a very privileged location. As I said, we are next to the marina. So if you have a boat, you can park your boat outside of the on the side of the condominium. We have underground parking, and we have beautiful ocean views from the rooftop and from some of the units in the development. We are only 20 minutes away from Cancun International Airport, and 45 minutes away from Playa del Carmen. This is where I live. And 1.3 minutes, 1.3 hours from Tulum International Airport, and only 30 minutes away from Isla Mujeres. So we have the Isla Mujeres in front of us. And this is the actual location. You can see that we are next to the marina. We are actually inside of a gated community that is called La Marina. And then we are like probably 5 minutes walk to the beach, to the access to the beach. We also have a golf course in Puerto Cancun, and we are actually next to the shopping mall, La Marina Puerto Cancun. So it's a great, great, great lifestyle right there. So here again, we can see the location. We can see on the left the rest of the city, downtown, and the rest of the city in Cancun. And we can see here where it says Juarez, Playa Azul. All this area is the hotel zone where we have all the hotels. This is the building. So we have underground parking. We have 5 levels. Currently, we have 5 units available. 2 of them are on the ground floor, and we have one on the fourth level, and we have 2 penthouses that are left. We have a fully equipped gym. We have a pool that is on the ground floor, and this is the pool. It's very, very nice. We have a lobby, 24-hour security. We have a business center. We have an area in the roof where we have a grill. We have barbecue, and we have an amazing terrace in the development. There's jacuzzis around the complex, and we also have an entertainment room. So you can see here some pictures of Puerto Cancun. So where you see here in the marina, the boats, this is where the project is located. We have the mall, and there's a lot of restaurants, there's banks. We have also access to a beach club, the golf course. So it's a very, very nice project. And the units that we have left, we start at 1,160,000 USD. So all these units, they're very spacious. So some of them are 3 and 4 bedroom. And they include, of course, the kitchen, great finishes, all the appliances, they are included. And right now, because we only have 5 units left, we have a promotion that it will be a 7% discount in any of the units. So we have that discount for the clients, and all of the apartments, they come with two parking spots on the basement. And all of the condos, as you can see here in the plan, they have the bedrooms plus a service room. If you have someone that they will clean or something, there's a closet there, an extra bathroom if they want to use that room, or you can use it for storage or office or something like that. So yeah, this is the layout. And here are some pictures of how the project will look. I will show you the virtual tour on the showroom so you can see it. This is just the rendering before we deliver the project. But yeah, the 25 units that we sold, they were in the pre-sale in the beginning because we started at a very good prices. But yeah, this is a very, very beautiful project. Just give me 1 second. I will share with you the virtual tour. And this is a showroom. This is one of the penthouses. So we can see here, this is the entrance. We have a bathroom right here next to that. This is the living space. We have a great view to the marina. So this is the marina, and we actually have the shopping mall just right here. We can just go walk into the shopping mall. This is the kitchen. As you can see, it's very beautiful. We include all the appliances. We have the service room right here on this door. And then I will go back to this area. So you can see this one, we have 4 bedrooms. So it's very, very spacious. And here we can see, each of the bedrooms. Here's another bedroom, another on this door, and I will go to the master bedroom so you can see it.
So Laura, the price that was reflected on on your presentation showed as 1,164,000 Mexican pesos. Is that correct?
No, this is USD.
Oh,
This
okay.
is Yeah. So yeah, we have the prices in American dollars.
Okay,
So
perfect.
we start from 1.1 million USD. For
Got it.
example, the price of the penthouse is 2.2. It's 2 levels, and yeah, this is the master bedroom,
Perfect.
and this is the showroom that we use to with with all our clients. Bathroom and the walk-in closet. Why these prices? Because of the location. We are in a great location. Everyone wants to be in Puerto Cancun. And yeah, this is a very, very good location. Actually, you have everything there. You don't need to get out from Puerto Cancun, except when you have to go to the airport, but you have everything there, like a lot of restaurants. We have the plaza. There's many activities for kids. So it's very, very lovely. And yeah, this is the showroom that we have. And I don't know if there's any questions so far.
It looks very spacious.
Yeah.
Now, how much are the HOA dues?
This one, I will tell you right now in USD because we have it in pesos. But we start some of the units, uh they are about the smallest units is 700 USD for the
Okay,
HOA.
and the
Yes,
larger?
it will depend on the unit. This one I think is okay, 1 second. So it's 18.5. This one is 1,000.
I see. Now, is this considered to be a full service project, or is it merely paying dues for just the external maintenance?
Yeah, this is the maintenance for the amenities, the ones that we have in the rooftop, the basement, the lobby. We have several amenities. So yeah, it covers the amenities. We have security. We have someone in the lobby all the time.
Okay. And then typically, how much are the rental or lease rates for these units?
Uh, these units, the ones that we sold, they only use them for vacation home or they live there. We have owners living there. But in the area, what I have seen, not this particular penthouse, but the regular 3 bedroom on the ground floor, I have seen it like between 8 and 10,000 USD per month, something like that. That's the
Mm.
price if it's long term. And yeah,
Now, is the golf course nearby, is that public or private, or is it part of the community?
yeah. So there is a club in Puerto Cancun. So yeah, we have the golf course, we have the beach club, we have the marina. So it's only for the residents. It's only for the residents, and they have to. It's not a membership, but they buy kind of like an action or something like that. That is for life for your family. And we used to have the promotion where we give it away, but right now we have the 7% off. But if they want to be in the club, it can be the club without the discount. But yeah, it's private for the residents of Puerto Cancun.
Hmm,
Yes.
okay.
Are you a golfer, Howard?
I've been known to play.
I love golfing. I
Yeah,
don't ask me if I'm good, but I love to golf.
yeah, yeah. No, my first career after grad school was in international banking and finance. So I used to traverse the globe and deal with American companies domiciled abroad, and oftentimes a lot of the international bankers were enthralled with the game of golf for some odd reason, and in
Absolutely.
particular the Asian. My Asian clients and or fellow bankers would absolutely die, as it were, to play golf here in the U.S. So as a result of that, I took it up.
Very well. Actually, I started real estate 15 years ago, and all of my clients and all of the title companies around here, that was kind of the thing to do. And it was just, it's so much fun. And because I live in Idaho, we have so many different golf courses, really beautiful ones too. So it's one of my favorite pastimes. I'm not very good at it, but I just kind of play it for the sport, you know? Yeah.
Listen, my philosophy is if you don't think you're good at it, just go and if you're playing in a foursome, go and distract everybody, pick up the ball and throw it.
My favorite is a scramble. That
Ah, yes,
Yeah, scramble's easy. We just best player. We play off that ball, and there you go.
right.
Hey, so what international lenders are your preferred for purchases? Like for example, in Mexico.
Are you asking me or asking
Yes.
him?
I'm asking Howard because he
Oh,
said,
okay. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, well, it all depends. I can't cite any specific.
okay,
I mean, there are, uh, the American banks that I'm most familiar with, they're kind of gun shy, as it were, of lending on projects that are based overseas,
got it,
unless they happen to have a specific presence in that particular country. So, like for instance, if you go to the local, say, Bank of America branch here and say I want to take out a mortgage on a property that I'm purchasing over in Mexico, they're going to look at you askance and probably give you a cup of coffee and tell you, no, we only do local and or U.S. lending.
got it. Well, we have some really good companies that we work with here. One of them is actually Moxie, and they're great international lenders. What I like about them is that you don't just have to just purchase; you can also refinance with them. So that's an option. But I think more than anything, Laura, if you can, do you want to talk about the developer options that you guys have, like when they purchase directly through the developer?
Oh, yes, of course. Give me 1 second. Let me.
Right. And then where are the current mortgage rates in Mexico?
Well, they're going to be much higher than the ones that we have in the US because they obviously
Okay.
come at a premium. So it could be anywhere between 8 and 10, which they're not necessarily too high, I would say, considerably, that, it's a foreign investment. And oftentimes what we see is our clients kind of, they use it to get in. And then after that, they either refinance or they're able to pay off their loans, since the affordability of the homes are,
Mhm.
much lower.
Right. Is there much of a default rate?
No, as a matter of fact, no, because with these lenders, they do ask for a hefty down payment. So it's very far and few and sparse between the people that are willing to walk away from their investment when they gave that much down.
Okay. And do you have any indigenous folk, native Mexicans who are buying in these projects, or it's mainly geared towards a foreign buyer?
These projects are a lot of it is to attract a lot of the foreign buyers. I think a lot of the, if you're talking about tribal, they actually own the land in the outskirts. Like, they have their own places. I don't necessarily see, this market being for, there is a market for the nationals, but they're not necessarily going into places like Cancun. I think more where you see a lot of the national tourism is places like Mazatlan, or even, some of them in Puerto Vallarta. But I think Cancun is more of an international hub where you see a lot of people that are purchasing that, not just from the United States, from all over the world.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have specified. By indigenous, I meant the nationalities, the Mexican citizens.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, as I said, Cancun is more so there, it's a small portion that do invest into Cancun area. There's definitely a lot of Mexican nationals that do buy in this area, but a lot of it is more for the foreign investors.
Okay, I have here on the screen some examples. I was just looking for one that is in US. For example, for the project that I presented, Alba, that doesn't apply because this is a completed project, so it has to be a cash payment, either with with a credit, or by the owner directly. And here I have example of this project. These are houses that we have in Tulum, and we have the first one that is so in order to close any deal with any of our developers, we will require a 30% down payment at least in order to close the deal. And the client can just pay 30 down and 70% when they get the key. If it's a short pre-sale, long pre-sale, they can just wait until they get the key and they put the 70% that is ready. And we have this one 30, 20, 50. So it means 30 down, 20% during the construction if this is a pre-sale. So for example, these villas we deliver in about 18 months. So 20% in 18 months. It will be 20%, for example, of this one that is 214,000. Or this one 40% during the construction, 60% during the construction. As you can see, the more payments that you give during the construction, or the higher the down payment is, the higher discount you will be getting on the price. So you can get a discount. And finally, this one that is 30/70, so it's 30 down and 70% in 12 months. So 70% in 12 months, and you get the higher discount. So the house that is 224,000 at a regular listing price, if you do this 130/70, you can get it at 187,000 USD. So it's a big discount. So the discount can go from 5% to 14%, more or less.
Right. So I take it most of the development that's happening there are condos and not single family residents.
Yes, most of them are condos because the land here is kind of pricey, and a lot of the land is also protected by the government because there's natural reserves. And yeah, we don't have a lot of single homes. Uh, with my company. Of course, there are some other ones that they are not as close to the ocean as the ones that we have, because we are basically like very close to downtown and very touristic area. So like we were saying, it's more like someone that they want to invest, or they're looking for a vacation home, and the time that they will not use it, they can go ahead and rent it out. And or people that they want to retire, but they want to be just, close to the ocean and, in a great location that everything is walking distance, restaurants, supermarkets, so they will not need a car. But yeah, for example, these prices that you're seeing here, they're for homes. We have only one project in Tulum that they're homes, but yeah, it will. Most of them are condos. Yes.
Mm, okay. And how much do the homes sell for?
We have different prices. The ones that they are ready to move in, that they're completely built, we have 2 and 3 bedrooms with private pool. Those ones, they're ready to move in is 350,000 and in Tulum. And the ones that are in pre-sale, because we also have pre-sales, they start at 280,000 USD.
Wow.
Okay. And are there any related HOA dues or things with the single family homes or in community?
No, I mean, yeah, these ones, usually it will be 2.5 USD per square meter. So yeah, for example, if it's a small condo, you might be paying like 130 USD per month for the HOA fees. If it's a 2 bedroom, it's something about 180. And for the villa, it will be, I will tell you in a moment. Yeah, for the villa, it will be about 300, more or less, for
Right.
the HOA.
And then how much are property taxes?
Property tax in Mexico, we pay once a year, and it's like 0.02%. So it's very, very low. I can give you an example. For a 2 bedroom condo, you might be paying something about 220 USD per year.
Hmm.
Per year. For a 1 bedroom, probably like 100.
Okay. And that's a universal tax rate for condo or all real estate.
Yeah, it will depend on the area, but it's not expensive. And usually there's a lot of incentives in the area. If you pay in advance, like in the beginning of the year, you get a 25% discount in the
Ah,
property tax. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I guess, well, for those of you who may not know, we are fortunate here in California that many years ago they passed what's called Proposition 13. So that caps the level of property taxes, unlike a lot of other US states and municipalities, where when the coffers dry up in those respective areas, they automatically turn to raising property taxes. They can't do that here in California.
That's great. That's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, Howard, we hope that you learned lots during our time, and
Oh,
we're
I
all
did.
to service you.
Thank
And
Yes,
you
indeed.
for
yes,
coming.
please,
And
Very nice to see you.
spread the word and spread the gospel on global, and we're here for you.
sure.
And
Listen, no, I appreciate the opportunity to acquaint you both. Mucho gusto. And
Igualmente.
also, if you don't mind, I sent you both Facebook requests. So let's all link up.
All right. Perfect. So good.